Hey, hey everybody. Oh, I'm a little messy here. I thought it would be fun to get on here and show you guys a couple of, or how I create like a little quick lettering template in Procreate, and then I'm gonna print it off and then use it to make some fun little crafts from some stuff I got at Dollar Tree. So make sure that you are on my email list, because after this video, tomorrow or tonight, I can't remember, I will be emailing you the template free. So you can take it and use it to create whatever you want. So I'm just bringing my phone, or hooking my phone up so that you guys can see what I'm doing here. But if you are on, let me know you are watching so I can say hello to you and see who is joining us. I know this is kind of I don't normally do things that are during the day. Am I seeing my fan? But I thought I would just do something different. Catch some of the people that were able to watch during the day but are not able to watch at night when we do it at night. So yeah, that's that. I am just trying to make sure that I can get you guys to even see my camera as I get it hooked up. If not, then I'll just share my screen. It'll be fine. But lovely world of technology here. Typically it shows. I don't know why it's not. Let's see here, gallery. See if that helps, or if that's just on my end. I don't know. I'm having like the worst technology luck lately. There we go. It's working now. Okay, so who's watching today? Tell me. Okay. All right, so I am going to take the old iPad here. I'm not going to share my screen. I'm just going to let you kind of see, because I think that it is easier to see what I'm doing with my hands than just see the screen, because then you can't really see the buttons that I'm pushing. And just trying to get these comments to pull up if there are any. I thought I saw one. Are y'all having a good Tuesday? Anybody ready for snow and whatnot? Well, I think most everybody's probably in Texas, but there's a lot of people that aren't in Texas watching. We are going to get some snow, but other places are going to get snow too. I'm just rambling. I'm trying to waste time while I check these, but whatever. It's just not happening. Anyway, so today's a preschool day for my 4-year-old. So I thought, you know what, I'll just come on here and show you guys some things while I have the opportunity. So anyway, the last video that I did, the Valentine's Day painting tutorial thing, that was a lot of fun, and you guys did great, and I had a lot of people get to download. So I just wanted to do that again. Now then, I'm not going to be able to see your comments while I do this on Facebook. Maybe I can do this. So for those of you who don't know, Procreate is an app that I have on my iPad, and it is how I do like all my digital stuff. Like I do everything in Procreate, which is just an app you can get for like $4.99. It's really inexpensive, and it's probably the best $4.99 I've ever bought. or paid for. But anyway, it's an app you can get on your iPad. You have to have an iPad that is compatible with the Apple Pencil. I have an iPad Pro, and that's just what I use to create any of my digital stuff. It's the best thing in the entire world. If you are a creator or a maker, I would highly suggest getting an iPad and Procreate, because it's life-changing, really. Anyway, there is a glare, so sorry about that. Let me get my old, on the old readers here. So I thought it would be fun. I had these, I saw these from Dollar Tree, these little square planks, and these also like kind of longer rectangle planks. And so I got those, and then I got some of these little foam shamrocks. And so I thought it would be fun just to do some like words on the planks. So I went ahead and painted them, just because y'all don't want to watch me base coat paint anything. So I have these two and then these two. So I thought it'd be fun to do some words on here, and then I'll marker them on. So with that being said, a lot of times I will open a blank canvas. Sometimes I do this. This is not really the complete norm for me, but sometimes I do this. I'm gonna put my screen on so you guys can just see my hands, just because my face isn't super interesting right now. Let's see. Immersive. I don't know what half this stuff means on here. Really, use Zoom all the time, but forget it. Forget it. Okay, just never mind. Never mind. All right, because I just don't want to waste a bunch of time fumbling around with pictures. But I could make my camera the host, but then I worry about volume because there's no audio on here, so whatever. So anyway, I just opened up a new screen. I don't do this all the time, but this is kind of a fun thing that you could do, especially if you had like a bigger sign and you wanted to do wording on it, especially if it's kind of like a weird shape. You could take a photo of it. So let's just put this here and put this here. Sorry about the doorbell. It's UPS delivery. And then I just take a photo of my little shapes here. And then I can just kind of letter right on there. That way I can kind of see, you know, what my lettering is going to look like on the actual sign. Sorry. So here we have our two little pieces. I just messed everything up. Why do I just mess with things, you know? All the time, this Zoom. I forget that I'm watching Facebook on my laptop, and typically I am watching via, I'm just gonna go back to Zoom. I'm watching via Zoom so I can see things in real time, like what I'm doing. And so I was trying to zoom in on my camera and there was a delay. Because if you watch Facebook, there's a delay. And I'm like, why isn't this working? Totally forgot that there's a delay there. So sorry about that. Okay. I'm still on Facebook. Okay, so sometimes if there's like a sign shape that I am trying to get the lettering on, a particular sign shape, then I will take a picture of the sign and just kind of blow it up. And that way I can kind of see like how my lettering is looking on the actual sign. But I don't always do that. So got my little wood planks. I thought it would be fun to do just like a couple of phrases. And if you guys have questions as we go along, just type it into the chat and I will try to go back and read them in a little while. But we could do like lucky. Obviously that's a kind of a common phrase. I'll turn this sideways here. So I'm gonna make this big. I'm gonna add a layer so that I don't write directly on top of what I am doing. I don't want to copy and paste them. Okay, so just make sure I have my pen. And if you guys can think of any cute phrases, I was thinking like, kiss me, I'm Irish, you know, that's super original, I know. And then these will be emailed to you guys after this video, like tonight or tomorrow. I know I already said that, but so I can like zoom in and, you know, it's super important to have a really good brush. So in Procreate, there are all these different brushes that you can pick, and you can also make your own brush. So they just do all different kinds of things. It's really like what a real pencil or a real brush is like. They all like, you know, they have to do like how much pressure you're putting on it. This is a monoline, so it's all kind of consistent weight, meaning the brush is the same size, or the, you know, your result is the same size, like it's all the same thickness in the letter. So, but you can use like, they have brush pens, they have all different kinds of stuff. You can make your own pen, brush. I say pen, but it's really brush. This one is one of mine that I made. It's just kind of a mono weight brush. And I like the mono weight brushes a lot. That's typically what I use, just because the thickness is consistent. And for me, it's easier to make edits with it. But you can adjust how, you know, how big the pen is, you know. It's life-changing, really life-changing. You'll get to where you like are writing on paper with a regular pen, and you're like trying to hit that back button if you mess up, and you're like, oh, this isn't the iPad, can't do that. So it's really awesome. It's the best thing I have ever purchased, ever. It's worth every cent. But anyway, so I'm just going through and just making these letters a little bit bigger. And you can make like several copies. You could like sketch out one and then add a layer and then turn the opacity down and just trace over it. That's what I do a lot. Just depends on what I'm doing. Or if I feel like this isn't looking exactly the way that I want it to look, then I will just do that. But a lot of times now I don't, just because I've done this enough. But just depends. Just depends on what I'm doing. And so I just released a online course for lettering that kind of tells like what I'm doing, like why I'm thickening things up and how to do that and all that kind of good stuff. So, and it's really kind of geared more towards like people who want to make signs. So I talk about like what kind of pens that I use and all that kind of good stuff. But anybody can take it. But it's just like a little online course that you can do at your own pace, go at your own pace, meaning you can watch the videos whenever you want to. It's just basically like a series of recorded videos, like kind of broken down into lessons or modules so that information is easy to find. And you don't have to watch a 3-hour video just to see, you know, what markers I'm using or whatever. And then on the 22nd of this month, I'm doing a Procreate online course that will kind of just teach you the basics, like how to do what I'm doing, but like what all the buttons are for and how to get certain effects and that kind of stuff. So it's kind of like a little introduction. So if you have Procreate and you want to like learn more about it, or if you want to get it because it's interesting to you and you want to learn how to do it, that's another good reason to get it. I was kind of stubborn whenever I got my iPad. Not really stubborn. I didn't really know anybody that had a Procreate course, online course, but I didn't take one. I just kind of fumbled my way through it. And let me just tell you, like even 6 months ago, I learned stuff on the iPad that I had no idea I could do. I was like, I didn't know it did that. I've had this for like 4 years. I was like, that's why you need to take an online course so that there's not like features that you have no idea that you could even do. And like, there were so many things that I was taking so much time doing, like, because I didn't know there was a faster way to do it. And I was like, I'm done. So take the online course, the shortcut, it's worth it. Trust me. Okay, so I'm just looking at this right here. I can make this a little bit bigger because that's my wood piece there. But I also want to kind of like connect some of these things. So this is another cool thing that you can do that you can't do with a pen and paper. So you could just do this. And actually, it's like a direct selection tool. I want to make this C just a little bit bigger and a little bit bigger. This is what is so amazing about Procreate. Just being able to do this right here is like so much time savings. Okay, and then I'm going to bring this Y a little bit over. And you could like turn it if you thought, oh, that'd look cute, kind of like hanging there, or, you know, whatever. Like you can really get kind of have fun with it. A lot of times I use this just to kind of get my placement correct. Like, you know, if I want to just kind of play around with how I want to make my word look. I don't like that these two are like hitting each other. So I'm just trying to figure out what I can do with this Y to kind of, I can make it a little bigger. And then I'm going to take this L and get a little bit bigger. Here. Do you see how my L is way thicker than this one and this one? So I'm gonna probably make the other letters thicker, or I may just redo that L. I'm just gonna pull Facebook back up on my screen so I can see if anybody is asking anything or there's any comments. If there's not, great. But I like to, you know. Hey, Regina. Not great. Oh. Not great. Not great. Sorry about that. Not great. Sorry about that. Not great. It's playing over and over. Sorry about that. Not great. Why is that doing that? Okay, sorry, pause. Okay. We good? We good. Hopefully we're good. Okay. So, yeah, so this L is like way thicker than the other letters. So I'm not gonna really change that, but you could like erase it. Like you could just like shave off a little bit of it, make it a little bit thinner if you wanted to. And then I'm just gonna make this just a little bit bigger. And this just a little bit bigger. That way it's kind of pretty consistent throughout the whole word. I really learned a lot, honestly, like having Procreate and the iPad really like greatly improved my lettering abilities. Also, just practicing and being able to like erase and change things and change the angles. It just gave me a better understanding maybe of like why certain things looked certain ways, like why my lettering was turning out this way or that way, or you know, just angles and curves and that kind of stuff. Like it really helped improve that. I don't like that K, so I'm going back. Yeah, just taking it back because I didn't like it, but that ended everything else that I did. So just gonna do this real quick. I'm gonna make this a little bit. All right. And you could even like have fun with it and do some like dots right here. That's too many dots. That. Sometimes I'll go and just kind of randomly put them places. I just look at it and see what to me and my mind looks good and balanced and even. There's no really other way to say what I'm doing other than that. I don't know, you know, when you just like look at something and either it looks good or it doesn't, like it's pretty much what I'm doing. So, and of course it's going to look a lot different when I'm going to letter and make it green. So it's going to look a lot different for that reason. So this Y is kind of hanging down here. So I want to, you know, you're going to have to make it a little bit smaller here. And then now let's do a little I like to just do whatever I feel like doing with the lettering, like not necessarily having to make them all cursive or all print or I don't know. Like lately I'm just really having fun with it being just different. So sometimes I'll just do all cursive, but sometimes I should have put this on another layer. I will, you know, just mix it up a little bit. And lately I'm doing a lot of mixing it up a little bit because I don't know, I like the way it looks. So let's see. Had I put that on another layer, I wouldn't have had to direct select this because I don't want to move this one. I'm just trying to move this one here. So just in case anybody's wondering what I'm doing or why I'm doing it. So I'm just kind of playing around with this until I get it to look the way that I like. I don't really have anything in my head planned for this, so just kind of winging it here, just because I thought it would be more fun and not so scripted. Let's see, I'm going to take this E. I'm going to put you down here for a minute. No, sorry. Sometimes my brain works faster than, or my hand works faster than my brain. In fact, a lot of times that's the case, especially these days as I get older. Okay, let's see, maybe make this a little shorter. See, you can see why Procreate is the most amazing tool in the whole wide world ever for creators. Like it's just life-changing, honestly. All right, let's see, do I want it like this? Do I want it bigger? Oh, that will do. I'm gonna make this K a little bit bigger so it's more balanced. I don't know about you. Okay, now I'm going to make this whole thing smaller. This is like my whole lettering process, what goes on in my head. And hopefully y'all can kind of see what I'm doing a little bit. If I can get it a little bit better. So I don't know, like something is feeling a little bit off. I think that make this M. And you can also like distort it and do this. It's just brilliant, I tell you, brilliant. Okay. Not really sure what I'm trying to accomplish here, but something just needs to look better about it. So here's where you could turn the opacity down, add a layer, and see it's lighter now. Now I can go back through it and I don't know if I like that. Go back here and put my E back. Go back here and trace this, and you can like really super zoom in. It's kind of cute if it was going off the side of the wood. Maybe I'm going to do this. Do I like it like that? I don't know. This M is just not loving it. I like to do my S's backwards because I don't know. This way is harder for me. It's easier for me to get this good when I go backwards for some reason. So I do it backwards most of the time. Okay. I think this M is just like super bothersome to me. Go the other direction with it. Sometimes I just do this until I get, I just like keep going back and just keep repeating it until I just get it the way that I want. Okay, now I'm going to turn this other layer off so you can kind of see. And these S's are, I don't like them. Turn this layer back on. I'm gonna erase this. This is my process, guys. Sometimes I just write one thing one time and I love it and it's perfect. And sometimes, you know, it takes a few times. There. Now I'm going to move this S there's not such a big gap, but kind of bring it down because I think it's fun. I'm really like just loving to do like just things that look a little bit different lately. So I'm going to turn this layer off so that I can go back on this layer and erase everything because I still have my Lucky down here. Had I done it on different layers, then I wouldn't be having to do this, but I wasn't smart and didn't do it that way. The number one thing on Procreate is do layers, lots and lots and lots of layers. Okay, so let's turn the opacity back up on that. And then I'm just going to add some thickness to these because I made my brush thinner when I was correcting this E and I forgot to thicken it back up. Now those two S's are way skinnier than the other ones. So I need to fix that. Okay. And you can just kind of play around with this. I don't know, like my drawing style is sometimes a lot of times I like the actual marker and paper a lot. And sometimes when I do it digitally, it takes a little bit longer because just naturally I'm better at pen and paper. But you can obviously see a very good benefit to doing things like this. Just, you know, being able to modify stuff and tweak it and trace it and, you know, all that kind of stuff is awesome. And seeing what it looks like on your sign, or what it will, a preview kind of what it's going to look like on your sign, is also super beneficial when you're creating stuff. So it's just a different, you know, it's just different. Like sometimes it's nice to do it on paper and sometimes it's nice to do it on here. But as somebody who does this for a living, it's super beneficial to have this tool to be able to create templates. I mean, you can do all kinds of stuff on here. You can make coloring pages, make digital templates, you can make graphics for sublimation, you can make SVG files to cut, you can make, like, do stuff that you might do in Canva on here. You can also make PDFs, like sometimes I will type out documents on here. I made all my workbooks on here that I've done for everything that I've made workbooks for. Like just stickers, made stickers on here. Like just the possibilities are just so much. You can make printables, like if you want to make art prints, like you could draw a picture out or do some lettering on here and then just send it to like Walmart or Vistaprint or something and have, it's like hair is crazy over here, and have a poster print made out of it and frame it. Like there's just so many avenues that you can go down with these. Some people, I mean, create your own font on here. You can, like, people sell all sorts of graphics, digital stuff, like you would not believe. There's some people that just literally only sell brushes that they've created on Procreate. They sell them online, just the brushes, like a brush pack. Like, it's like a whole world of jobs that you had no idea even existed. Some people make just website templates or, just social media graphics, layouts, invitations, just cards. The list goes on and on. So if you're somebody that is kind of crafty and you are wanting to maybe look at ways to make extra money, like getting that iPad and Procreate, you can just kind of play around with it when you can and like create stuff like that just to sell online. And I wouldn't recommend waiting around on it either, because it does take a little getting used to. And you may not be super amazing at it at first. So the sooner you get it and start practicing and working on it, the sooner you're going to have those things perfected, or, you'll know how to work it really well. Sorry, I'm a super perfectionist on these. I try not to be, but the sooner the better. Because I got it and I was like, this is great. I'm gonna be so awesome. I'm gonna be making all this kind of stuff. I'm gonna just, because I was already lettering and, was decent at that. And I got it and I was like, okay, yeah, I'm not as good as I thought I was gonna be at this. Like, this is taking a little bit of, it takes a little getting used to using the Apple Pencil. It's really easy to use, very easy. But anytime when you're lettering or drawing, like anytime you use a new tool, so if you're going for like pencil to pen or paintbrush to pen, or, whatever it is, like anytime there's just a little bit of you just have to get used to it. Like if I haven't lettered in a really long time with, on my iPad, and I pick it up, like it's like my hand has to kind of warm up to it just a little bit to get back into the groove. So sooner you get started practicing, the better and the faster. And what I like about it too is, like, a lot of people, I think, like creating Canva or Photoshop, but those are all like monthly subscriptions that you have to pay every month. Like Procreate's like $4.99 and you just pay it one time, just one time. That's it. You download the app, you're done. One time. So it's not like a monthly subscription you have to use or anything like that. So that's always really nice too. And I don't know, like I just love Procreate so much. Okay, I need to be done with this. So there's the two templates. I don't really know why I did kiss me. Kiss me, I'm Irish, I guess people say. But it's kind of dumb just by itself. It should have said pinch me or something. Like, don't pinch me, can't pinch this, that's cute. Okay, I'm just gonna do that real fast. Because you guys have nothing else to do but sit and watch me do this. Let's see. Let me use a different brush. Okay, so I'm gonna start with pinch because that's gonna be like the word that I want the emphasis on. So that's gonna be the bigger word. I want it to look like punch though. I don't like that. Here. This is where I like the straight brush to come in, just doing these like little, because some of the brushes, like, you know, they work with the pressure. And so sometimes, you know, like they'll get wider, just like a brush, like the harder you push down on it, the fatter it gets. And so some of these brushes work like that. So you'll get the ends that kind of look like this. And I always just go through and smooth them out. I could sit here all day long and just continue to like fix and edit and like try to make things like, I have to be careful. I'll have to be like, okay, Jennifer, stop. This looks fine. It is very easy to just get lost in time doing this. I'm like, oh yeah, I got work I gotta do. Okay. Be cute to do like a little. I'm gonna take this and kind of just tilt it just, no, I don't, just a little tilt. And then I'm gonna do, because this is narrow and like can't, and this is gonna be long, I'm gonna do can't like this. This is like when you just get kind of have fun with it. Like, and throw those rules out the door. Whatever those rules may be. Like, or don't feel like you have to follow any specific whatever. Sometimes you'll do like kind of random stuff like this and it won't look good. Sometimes you'll do it and it looks really good. So just don't be afraid to play around with it. And again, that's what I love about the iPad, is that you can do it. And if it doesn't look good, you can just like rotate it. You can change it up however you want. Delete it. Really messed that A up. So I guess I can I'll just do this just so that it matches. That's pretty cute. I'm going to make this a little bit smaller. Okay, there we have it. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take this background here off. And I'm going to take this Lucky here. Where am I? Yeah. I think that this probably could be a little bit bigger. I'm trying to just think in respect to a piece of paper, like how big this is. And so sometimes you just might have to play around with it to get it, you know, the size that you want. But I'm going to print this out and just, you know, we'll just see how it goes. So should have made these like 2 day, one day creating, one day, or one day making that, and then the next day creating. Okay. Is the volume, do that whenever I should get Facebook. Sorry, I just want to make sure nobody had. Is the volume, do that whenever I should get Facebook. Sorry, I just want to make sure nobody had. Is the volume, do that whenever I should get Facebook. Sorry. I'm usually checking for comments on the iPad, but I'm using the iPad. Usually checking for comments on the iPad. Why is it doing that? Sorry, guys. But I'm using the iPad. Usually checking for comments on the iPad. Sorry, but I'm using the iPad. Usually checking for comments. Are they? Yeah. Okay, so now we have this cute little printout. And I just want to make sure that these are big enough. Looks good here. Good here. I'm getting good at this. Now I can turn Facebook on here. See if you guys have any comments, but I'm gonna. So you guys can ask me any questions as to what I'm doing, but you know, I know most people are at work and whatnot. Okay. So now that I have these, that didn't work out good. So now that I have this template, I found so big that it's so heavy on here that it really just, you know, weighs it down. Okay, so now Dollar Tree has these and Dollar Tree has these. Right, there's like 6 of them in here, and then I got these from Dollar Tree. So pretty good deal here. Well, it's now $1.25, so this would be $3.75. You had your iPad, or you got my lettering template for free. So now you got this, and then I just use these little deco art festive green and chartreuse yellow. And painted the boards with that. So we'll do Lucky on here and pinch me, or we can't pinch this here. And so what I'm gonna do is bend this here. So I kind of know, you could cut it out, trace it, cut it out if you want. That's what I do a lot, or actually most of the time, because I'll keep these and I'll just keep them in like a notebook. And then that way, if I ever want to like use them again, I have them right there available to use. So just kind of line it up on my board like this. I clip it on, just keep it in place. And then this is graphite paper. You can get it anywhere, Hobby Lobby, Walmart, Amazon, Michael's. It's like carbon paper. So you'll put this shiny side down right here, like this. And then you can just grab a pencil and trace it. So there you go. So you have your transfers that image on there for you. So hold it up to the light to kind of see where to place it. It actually worked good. And then I'm going to clip it here. Trace this again. Ta-da! And then with this, I'm going to do black. This is just a smaller black acrylic paint pen that I love. I love this brand. It's called Molotow. I guess that's how you say it. Probably butcher the name of all of the things that I use. Zoom in so y'all can see that a little bit better. probably should use green on this. I don't know why I'm using black. I think I meant to use black on that one and green on this one, but whatever. Sometimes my brain just does not function well whenever I'm doing these live videos. Like, I just don't think, like, I can't, like, I'll just do stuff and I'm like, why? Later, I'll be like, why did I do that? But I could probably do some other fun stuff with the I'm just kind of shaping my letters here. You gotta be careful not to do this too much. Sometimes you can really get carried away. And then like my L is just insanely thick. So I'm just going to make these a little bit thicker so you don't notice. I'm just going to use this for the dots. That way it's got some green in it. There's that. Again, I totally should have done that in green, but I didn't, so I'm not sure why. Sometimes that graphite paper will leave some marks on your sign, but you can just erase it. So I'm just going to go through and write this. It's good that my head's in the way, right? I always have to think about that when I have like the camera on. Like I have to like sit back a little bit. Sometimes I just get carried away and I forget. Oh, I forgot to trace my shamrock that I made on here for the eye. Not sure I like these greens together. They do make the, you know, paint pens in smaller sizes. I just don't really like the super small ones. I feel like they kind of splatter the paint because the tip is like super pointy. So I don't really use them. Unless it's this Molotow brand. This is the 1 millimeter, and then they have a 2 millimeter. I like those, but not a fan of that in the Posco. The small ones in the Posco. Okay, so there's my little shamrock-ish. All right, and then I'm going to take this because I don't like how black it is. I'm just going to do a little bit of shadowing on here. Just to add some green. Again, this is a little bit thick of a pen foreshadowing, but I'm rolling with it because that's what I got here. Sometimes I have to think about where I'm putting these. It looks a little bit better. You can't really see. And then I'm just gonna fix. Because that marker was super thick. Just kind of fixing any little spots that, you can see what I'm doing, that that it got on that I didn't want it to get on. And I don't know what a better way to say that, sorry. Okay. Just a little bit better. You can add like some glitter or, you know, anything fun. It might be cute to add the black. Sorry, just kind of going off the cuff here, but I think this would be super cute. It's gonna be hard because there's not a lot of space right there. Let's see. And I'm not going to do it here. Just because it's so little. I'm not going to do it there either. I'm just going to add some. Sometimes you just gotta kind of just keep messing with it until it looks the way you like. But anyway, ta-da. Okay, so that's cute. And you could add some glitter, some fun stuff to it if you want. These would be really cute and like a little tier tray. Like you could kind of just, you know, put them like that, or you can maybe put like some ribbon on it and hang it just, you know, wherever. And then with these cute little things, let's see, we'll put those there. I painted these 2 boards here that I got at Dollar Tree, and I was just gonna like hot glue these on here. Hopefully hot glue works. I was trying to match this to this, but now that it's together, like I said, I'm just gonna kind of put some dots of hot glue if it will work. There you are. Put some love over there. Like super easy that anybody can do this. Like your kids could paint these for you. Just a couple of dollars, and there's like 6 of these wood planks that come in a pack and 12 of these foam. So like you could get 1 pack and let all of your kids, you know, work on it. Dollar Tree is just really doing a really good job of coming in clutch with the craft projects. It's cheaper wood, it's cheaper stuff, but if you're just doing it like for fun and just kind of like random seasonal decorations, like it's just fine. So cute, right? Like you could just put these 2 in like a little tray together. I would maybe like add some fun glitter to this, just to make it just a little bit more interesting. And then this and this, cute, right? It'll make a good little picture like this, right? And even, you know, like if there's more of these planks, you could, you know, make more if you wanted to. You could even get like a bigger board and like glue these pieces on a bigger board. That'd be fun. Cute. Make yourself like a little whatever. And you could like do this and like this for this and this, you know, whatever. I think it's cute. So that's that. Thank you for hanging out with me and creating. I will be emailing these little templates for you to use. You can blow them up and make them bigger and use them on a bigger sign if you want, or do them on the little sign, but I'd love to see what you create with them. So, you know, feel free to post it on my page or tag me in it, and let me see what you've designed, or you can email it to me if you want. But I would love to use them, you know, to show people different things that you can do with the lettering templates. Okay, you guys have a good rest of your Tuesday. I'm gonna get busy painting and painting some orders and finishing up some signs before Abby gets home, which won't be very long.